Thank you for inviting us over here, Don Johnson.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Good. Now, before we talk about the album, I want to know something about Miami Vice, because we've been showing that for years and years and years. Miami Vice, is it history now for you or not?
I am not at this time making any more Miami Vices. We've made 111 shows, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of having made the shows and having been a part of Miami Vice and its contribution to contemporizing modern television. But I think it's time to move on and to explore new horizons.
Mm-hmm. Philip Michael Thomas said Miami Vice had given him something immortal. And he wasn't talking about his cash flow, but something else. What about you?
What was he talking about?
I don't know. I mean, maybe you can tell me.
I have no idea what he was talking about. I doubt that he could tell you that. Just kidding. For me, Miami Vice was obviously there was an enormous debt of gratitude that I have to the show for its you know, unparalleled skyrocketing to fame that it gave me. It gave me financial security. It gave me it established me my persona as an actor, and I think that it's given me an opportunity to grow and to expand, and I'm very grateful for that.
Did the success of Miami Vice change your attitude in any way or not?
Oh yeah, well, just like anything that you come in contact with. I mean, everything changes you from day to day. The events of the world change you. You know, you become less tolerant of oppression and repression on any level. You know, from you know, one day to the next, given the political upheavals of today. And so it changed me, but I think for the most part it's changed me for the better. It's made me more, it's given me the opportunity to relax a little more. For 15 years I struggled as an actor, and most of my focus was in struggling to survive. And it's allowed me the grace of being able to enjoy other things and to maybe give a part of myself to worthwhile causes, to children, to the education of children, to the preservation of the environment, you know, these things.
I heard you were busy with the rainforest, also like Sting.
Well, I'm busy with the preservation of the environment, period. I think probably the most significant task facing all of us these days is to save our planet. I mean, it is no secret that if we don't do something very soon, in as little as 25 years, this planet is going to look like a salvage yard, you know, a junkyard. The rivers are in danger of being polluted. That's our water source, our drinking water source, the preservation of life. The air is polluted. We must breathe. There's an ozone layer on the holes in the ozone on either end of the Arctic caps that's heating up the Arctic caps, that's melting the oceans and making them rise. And you people already have a water problem.
Yeah, we have. We have one guy
have to build
for that,
those dikes a little higher. You know what I mean?
Well,
Pretty soon they're going to look like buildings, and you're going to be down in the valley here.
Yeah, we've got guys hired in because of the government and to put their fingers in the dikes. And, you know that. Now, some actors, after they had a big role, go into retreat, you know, to shrug off their character.
Yeah.
I mean, Dustin Hoffman has been wearing lingerie until 2 weeks after shooting Tootsie. What about you on Miami Vice?
Well, I think Dustin did that because he liked it. Just kidding. He's a friend of mine. But no, I haven't had any problem. I took my lingerie off right after I finished Miami Vice. The day it finished, I stopped wearing my lingerie.
Right, but you still drive beautiful cars, right?
Well, I'm afraid that's an addiction. I'm having a little problem kicking.
Too bad, really.
Yeah.
Too bad. Now you've done just about everything. I mean, had dinner at the White House, got an Emmy nomination, lived in Wichita, Kansas. What's left? Live in Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah, I live in Topeka. There's a ton of things left. I haven't won an Academy Award yet. I haven't won a Grammy. I haven't traveled to far-off parts of the world that I'd like to visit. I'd like to play golf on every golf course, every major golf course on the planet. I would like to. I'd like to go to see all of the wonders of the world. I haven't done that yet. Let's see. I'd love to come and have dinner at your house.
Well, I can't cook. I'm really terrible.
Well, there goes that one.
There goes that one.
I have to scratch that off my list here. Dinner at Wessel's house. Forget it.
Forget it. Go to Wichita, Kansas one more time. Yeah. About music now. When you came to LA, what did you want to be in the first place? A musician or an actor?
Well, I wanted to be in refuse disposal when I first went there, but those jobs were all filled. So I had to be an actor. There was nothing left to do. So, no, I started out as a singer, and I gradually got involved as an actor because they're very closely related. It's storytelling. One is in a 4-minute version, and the other one is in sometimes an hour and a half, 2-hour version. You know, it just. Someone asked me earlier. I think your friend
Rene.
Rene. Yes, he asked me what would I describe myself, an actor, director, singer, and I said yes. and then ultimately I amended it by saying I'm a storyteller. I tell stories, and sometimes I do it with music, and sometimes I do it as an actor.
Now you recorded the song.
Sometimes I do it as a director.
Right. You recorded the song way back in '73. I found that "It's Not Over," a ballad. Was that you, or was it another Don Johnson?
No, that was me.
So that was your first step on the musical field.
Yeah. Gosh, you really did some research. That was a couple of songs that I put on that I cut for a film that I was in. They were not songs that I had chosen, and not songs that I particularly believed in. You know, that was before I had any point of view or control of my destiny at all as an actor. I'm not sure you ever do anyway, but.
So no re-release of the best hits of the Herod Experiment by Don Johnson? Or?
I've seen stranger things happen, but
well, good.
This is one that I think you're going to have to go a long way before this happens.
Okay. Now, what made you record again after that period? I mean, after '73, you'd done Heartbeat, and now the new album. What made you do that?
It's a form of, it's a way to express myself creatively as an artist. I mean, I'm an artist, and I've been gifted with a voice and an ability to write songs, and I want to express that.
And you met a lot of people from the music business. I mean, staying in LA for so many years.
Over the years, I have managed to be introduced to a lot of different people in the music business. Yeah.
Who are your big heroes? Your big musical heroes?
Well, I don't really have any heroes of today so much. I mean, I like listening to a lot of artists of today. Of course, Dylan is still one of my favorites. Sam Cooke influenced me. Wilson Pickett, James Brown, Elvis, some country and western singers.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, she influenced me considerably.
Considerably, yeah.
Understand my meaning. And let's see, Johnny Cash, Django Reinhardt.
Guitar player.
Yeah, three-fingered guitar player. He only had 3 fingers.
Talking about guitar players, on the Heartbeat album, you had Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
I mean, Keith Richards. They're not on this album, right?
No. It was just too difficult to organize everybody's schedule, and I really didn't want that kind of record this time. I wanted to be. I got beautiful, great musicians. Keith Diamond produced this record, and he's an extraordinary producer. And I pulled in a real good friend of mine, Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, came in and played on Angel City and Lonely Too Long. And J.T. Lewis and Omar Hakim played drums on well, everything, and Danny Walensky played the saxophone solo on Tell It Like It Is.
What was your involvement, by the way, with that album? Did you help selecting musicians and songs and things like that?
Sure, everything.
But I mean, you're such a busy guy. How can you do that?
It,
Don't sleep.
It pleases me, yeah.
I also saw a credit for the additional party people with the recording of the album. Tell me about that.
Oh, there was on Angel City. There's a song where there's a in the bridge. There's a section in there where there's people talking in a disco about this girl that I'm singing about in the song, and I got Melanie and a few people to come in and help me do that.
How long did you work on that album?
This album has been about 2 years in the making.
And just in and out the studio, or?
Yeah, I've made it while I was making Miami Vice and Dead Bang, and that's what's taken so long. It was very difficult to organize the time to get it out.
Because it must be hard, you know. You've got musicians in the studio for 1 year non-stop to make an album. How do you compete with that?
I don't try. I just
I
do
just
what I
stopped
can.
trying.
Yeah.
Now, describe the person who's going to buy your album.
Describe the person that's going to buy my album?
Right.
God, I wouldn't know. Very bright, sophisticated, intelligent, handsome people. They're very, very intuitive about the future and have an instinct for quality.
Right. Right, and they've got a chance for $1 million when they buy the album, or not? Sort of a lottery?
You are so generous.
Oh, yes, yes.
That is one of the most generous. Ladies and gentlemen, Wessel is going to give you $1 million in a lottery if you buy this. It's unbelievable. Run right out and get this record. I'm going to go get it myself. Hopefully I'll win.
No. Oh, you need dollars?
Listen, you can always use a buck or two, you know?
Oh, okay, okay. Now, what I wanted to ask you too is, how important is your musical career to you?
Well, it's very important.
Are you going to play live?
Sure.
Good. When?
Yeah. Whenever I can block out the time. It takes a lot of time to organize a tour. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at later this fall, maybe early January, February of 1990. I want to bring a band to Europe and tour Europe and play, man.
You'll come to Holland too?
Absolutely.
Promise.
Well, it's up to you guys. You buy the records, I'll be there.
Oh, that'll work out, I'm sure. Now, did you already? Did Melanie already heard the record or not?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what was her first reaction?
She threw up. But that was because she's pregnant. No, I'm kidding. She, of course, she loved the record. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
Now, in fact, she plays it all the time.
She has to.
It annoys me because I've heard it over and over and over. No.
Now, I mean, you're happily married now, so your Dutch fans can stop sending you invitations.
Well, you know, I like reading material. I mean.
You're always open to suggestions.
No. Melanie and I have a very good relationship, and she appreciates the attention that I get from fans and other women. In fact, some of them have even survived.
And you're proud of that, right? Now, I mean, you must have some crazy shit happen of fans coming up to you and wanting to be near you or climbing through your hotel window, or
yes, and you better stop that. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore, Wessel. Any more of that climbing through the hotel window, and no more interviews.
But you know, if I've got beautiful lingerie, I want to show it. I mean,
well, that's different. That's all you had to say.
Wasn't it hard? I mean, keeping things in perspective with people barging in on you like that all the time, or not?
Yeah, it can be a little disconcerting, but. You know, I find it flattering. I think it's nice. You know, people are. It's a way. You know, it's people expressing themselves and saying, "Hey, man, we dig you," and I dig that.
Okay, last question. We hope you're all coming to Holland, but now you're married. That little black address book, maybe if I pay you, or?
I think we can cut a deal.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot, Don. Okay.
That was a good interview, man.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Paul McCartney, and you're watching Europe's #1 rock show, Countdown.